So basically, the reason I brought this topic, and we kind of talked about this a little bit before, but we're going to obviously talk about it live right now with you guys, is because obviously I work in a restaurant, and one of the biggest things that we complain about is either money or people being rude to us or what it may be, at least for servers. And then obviously it works back where the servers get mad at the cooks get mad at the servers, management's involved trying to, tidy everything up. So one of the things that's talked about frequently is what's on my card right here, which is should servers receive an hourly pay, and what would it look like?
So it's funny you're talking about that because last night, me and Catherine both watched Waiting last night with Ryan Reynolds, and I forgot Anna Faris was in it.
Yep.
Dane Cook is in it. Yeah, from that Canadian TV show. And it's so we were watching it. We were watching like you don't fuck with people that like make your food, or
absolutely.
serve your food.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in terms of like us being Applebee's corporate, we technically can't do that.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anything been done so far. Might have happened to my food, but I'm not certain about it. I feel like I'm pretty good with everyone over at Applebee's. But no, one of the things that came up that we always talk about in the restaurant is what if we received hourly pay, and what would it look like? Because
are you for or against it? Just to start off.
Well, here's the thing. I'm torn between myself. I'm not even torn between two brothers. I'm torn between myself. Because on one hand, I make pretty good money as a server. I have a house. We're paying for a wedding. Are we already paid for a wedding?
Yeah.
We have more than we can ask for.
Yeah.
And all I'm doing is serving tables saying, hey, can I get you a Pepsi?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, sure, a cheeseburger.
Well, you can't like downgrade yourself. There's a lot of stress in the food.
It is. It's stressful and it's long shifts, but it's not hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I make enough money, and maybe it's because I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's second nature at this point.
Exactly. But one of the hardest things that we have to talk about and that everyone talks about always is tipping. And when you receive the bill and it's $100 check, you just went out with your family, you got Christmas upcoming, and you're like, you know what? You did a great job, but my family comes first, 10%.
Yeah.
That fucks us over. Now I'm being shorted because I need to buy my family gifts.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, the repercussions that go back and forth. But what I'm thinking of, what it would look like in a restaurant if you did...
the standards...
Sorry, go ahead.
I know the standard is like, it was 15... It's gradually changed to 20.
It's 20 now. So basically, I mean, at least at the bottom of our slips. So at Applebee's, we print out our checks, you give it to the customer, and you have 3 suggested examples of tips.
Yeah.
Some
There's
of us
10,
rip
15,
some of us
20.
rip it off,
Yeah.
some of us keep it there, but it's 15, 18 and 20%.
Okay.
20% saying that, everything went fine, I'm going to tip you the correct amount in terms of people's views.
Yeah.
Some people tip 15 because they're old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Some people come in and there's a teenager that just got a triple chocolate meltdown, a little dessert, and they're like, "Here's $5. Thanks, you were awesome."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's weird. So when I think about hourly, I think about, if I can look at my card again because I wrote a couple things, but you would have to increase the food price. Because to be able to pay us, they try to get us out of here as early as possible.
There's a base money.
Correct.
So the product itself is going to have to go up. So the thing that's funny is it's kind of
You're either going to need a cover charge at the door, or you're going to have to pay us money.
It's very like a double-edged sword because you're going to pay for it as a customer. You're going to pay for it no matter what, because either they have to up the price to be able to pay the wage, because right now,
exactly,
what's the rate for a server? Or
if you start at Applebee's, say you just get hired or whatever, it's going to be $3.27 an hour.
So you're going to have to make that difference to whatever would be the hourly rate.
Correct.
Whether it's 12 or 15 or whatever.
So say you go out to dinner and you get, one of the biggest things at Applebee's is the fucking 2 for $22 or whatever.
Yeah.
So say it's 22 before tax, say after tax, like $25, whatever it is. And then you're like, all right, I'm going to give $5. Instead of having to worry about tipping that 20%, your check would come out to $30 in total.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is it kind of, it's like it's giving someone the choice to kind of fuck you or like help you a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like around the holidays,
it's a gamble,
that's wonderful. But around the summer or around like, different times of the year when we're slow or bad, it would be like, man, I wish I was making hourly just like the cooks. I mean,
yeah.
I worked on Monday.
But it assumes the rate. You don't know what rate it would be.
No, I have no idea.
I don't know what the standard is in Europe either.
I mean, I know like California, there was someone, I think my wife Joanna was talking about a person out in California, and they were making $15 an hour, and then plus you guys do like a potluck if someone wants to tip you out, like, oh, that was fantastic, here's $20, and then at the end of the night we're gonna split it. We each made $10 extra bucks at the end of the night.
Yeah,
whatever it is. But I don't know. It's just it's a weird concept that I wanted to bring up, and it's only weird because we've made it weird, because other places they might be like $15 an hour, no tips. We can't accept any tips.
Well, a lot of places have it. They have it standardized, because I think with the more expensive restaurants, they've kind of standardized it where they give an hourly rate, so that way you're not making a tip on.
And I think it's mostly either international or maybe like mom and pop restaurants might run that way. At least corporate doesn't. But the thing is because they don't want to pay you. They're kind of cheaping out on both ends. They're cheaping out, trying to make the food as cheap as possible, so you will come see them at the restaurant and eat their mediocre food, if to say the least, whatever it is. Or the server gets screwed up.
See, I don't know what side of the fence you land on, but I think
if I could choose, I would make tips during the holidays and hourly on Monday mornings. I would pick up all the freaking morning shifts where I get 2 tables and I'm there for a couple hours, and
because
like
I think
9 to 5.
I like the tipping. I guess because I tip, you know what I mean? So if I didn't tip, it wouldn't bother me either way. Yeah. But I think the tipping method is nice because now, not that you have to work for your money.
Correct.
But now you can get regulars. Now you can get people that are seeking you out. While if you have just an hourly, now if you're just seeking an hourly, then it's just like.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, if I was making hourly, am I really going to try to impress you?
No.
Am I going to go out of my way to get extra napkins before you ask for it, or refill your soda, or know what you drink right through when you come through the door, or what you're having as an appetizer? Mm-hmm. Probably not, because I'm making hourly. I'm not trying to impress anyone.
Yeah.
Whoever comes through the door, I get. But now it forces me to be that kind of person that, I kind of have to kiss your ass a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I love the job. I've been doing it for a long time, and I like making people happy, and I fucking hate the people that come in and complain. But, you know what I mean? So it's just something that's weird. I don't know. It's a weird concept that I figure I'd bring to the table and shed some light, especially if there's any Applebee's people out there.